Thanks, guys. We've got Jeff Carlson. He's the Vice President of Global Sales and Marketing at CAS. And today we're talking a little bit about a brand new announcement that they just made about their Freight 360 Freight Claim 360 product. Jeff, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me on. Appreciate it.
So we were really excited to hear about this announcement from you guys over at CAS. Give us a little bit about what the announcement means for you guys, and then even just an overview about the business for those who aren't familiar with it.
Absolutely. So we're really excited. I mean, CAS, as you know, is the largest and oldest freight payment business, and that's kind of our core need. But one of the things we're really interested in is how do we expand our products to our shippers and carriers. And when you look at kind of a claims process, this is an area that sort of screams for an opportunity to make some improvements. It's typically been a very antiquated process using Excel spreadsheets or internal processes and everything here too. So we have been doing claims for a lot of our shippers for the last several years and found a great deal of success. But thought about kind of if we could actually then kind of help facilitate the claims processing for our carriers, make them more efficient, and start to gather additional data so they can make more informed decisions as far as how they can improve their business and everything to reduce claims. That is something that we could actually participate in and provide a benefit across the supply chain.
And so, Jeff, when it comes to making claims, nobody wants to do it, right? It's this process that isn't necessarily speedy or streamlined or even just fun to do, because it means most times that, something went wrong, something didn't quite go as good as it could have gone. So you're talking about on the carrier side, kind of preventing these claims from happening in the first place by gathering this data. What are you guys hoping to give your carriers in terms of visibility to kind of reduce these back end, man, we messed up and now we got to fix it?
Absolutely. So when a carrier first comes on for the first few months and everything, it's just kind of gathering the data. And then at that point, it's as they start to look at the analytical tools, it provides them the benefit of being able to analyze what's taking place. Do they have a certain carrier or certain area where it's taking place with a certain distribution center? Is it a certain group of trucks? Is it, especially when it comes into the food area here too, is it a refrigeration process that's at fault here? And they can really start to understand with a series of standard reports and ad hoc reports kind of what's taking place. And then they can really focus on making that change here. Like I said, it's really something nobody wants to do. It's probably about $1 billion issue, each year. And most carriers and shippers both would like to really see if they can reduce. And I believe this is a solution that will help them actually work together to achieve that.
Hey, Jeff, this is Andrew here. Thanks again for joining us this morning on FreightWaves Now. You guys, CAS, obviously, as you said earlier, the largest and oldest freight payments company. What are you seeing? Give us some trends, some of the things that maybe other people aren't talking enough about in your data. What are you seeing?
Yeah, absolutely. As everybody knows, I mean, last year with COVID was very interesting to kind of watch really what was taking place within the industry. Obviously, manufacturing companies and everything were significantly down. At the same time, though, we saw a lot of the different food-based and some of the retail-based companies still actually performing fairly well. The rebound has been strong. We actually believe that we're on pace for seeing some incredible numbers here as we start to finish up the first half. And will probably be reflected in the CAS Freight Index as it comes out here too.
And so, Jeff, when it comes to you guys' help in mitigating these claims or kind of walking people through the claims process, are you guys on the back end when people make claims offering them advice on what they can do better next time? Or is it kind of just, hey, this is where the problem was? Or are you guys kind of working to give that push and pull of not only showing you where the problems are, but also providing you solutions to avoid these in the future?
Absolutely. So it's kind of two-sided, right? So for us on our shipper side, we provide a managed services solution for our shippers that are filing claims and everything. So we can kind of help from that aspect here. We've got some of our clients that are actually using, let's say, for instance, some of the information to better identify the ways they could pack the shipments here on the pallets. On the carrier side, this is a cloud-based solution. And so really it's kind of a self-serve. And so with the analytical tools that are there, as it starts to gather the data, that's where the real value is. So that's where we really believe too, as we start to show the carrier how to understand what's taking place within the system here and start to produce some of the reports here. That's where we believe we could see some, potential improvements as far as reducing the number of claims.
So Jeff, I host a podcast called At Your Doorstep, and on this last episode that aired just yesterday, I talked to the CEO of Bring, and their platform is cloud-based, and they're based in Tel Aviv, Israel, but they're really talking about bringing their product globally. They ship in over 50 countries. They have a ton of clients globally across the world. Talk to me a little bit about how CAS is leveraging that cloud-based platform idea, and do you guys have plans to kind of make this a global system now because you're not limited to the constraints of only the clients that you can see in your physical space?
Absolutely. So right now, this is a North American solution, but there are plans because we do a lot of business over in Europe and also in Asia Pacific and everything to roll this out. So we've had some initial discussions as far as what that would take because, as you know, regulatory and compliance issues are different in Europe than they are in the United States and everything here too. So, but the base platform though will support that, and it's just a matter of kind of enhancing it. It's what we did initially on the shipper claim side too. Started out in North America and then rolled it out over to Europe and other locations too.
Hey, Jeff, when it comes to pricing, I think this is kind of one of the biggest issues everyone is discussing, especially on the shipper side, is how much rates have gone up. I mean, it's happened on the ocean. It's happened in air cargo, intermodal, across the board. We've seen prices rise. Talk to me a little bit just about the price inflation you've seen through your data at CAS, and what are your expectations for the next few months?
Yeah, absolutely. We've definitely seen a rise as others have seen here too, as far as the prices, purely a supply and demand aspect here too. And we have got a lot of our shippers that are really trying to figure out ways to become that shipper of choice by understanding the data and everything here too. Right now, kind of just looking down the future here, just as I think a lot of other folks are seeing, we don't anticipate, unless something significantly bad happens in the economy, that the price increases are going to, change, and start to trend downwards. We anticipate it to be kind of about a steady growth from where it's been over the last few months.
Jeff, do you have any suggestions or advice to shippers, retailers, manufacturers that are in this market right now that are having difficulty securing capacity, reliable capacity? What would your advice be to them?
Yeah, I mean, one of the things we're seeing, and we're kind of seeing some of our shippers work this way here too, is start to identify where the strengths are for those carriers, where you've got some good partnership opportunities and everything here too, and then really work closely with those carriers here too. Be able to provide them, kind of on-time payments, be able to provide them, the service levels that they're looking for and everything here too. So, for a long time in this industry, I mean, there's always been talk about partnership and, in different forms. Right now, I think that's kind of the key piece here, just at a broad level. It's kind of partnering with a series of core carriers here to help facilitate making sure that availability of capacity is there for them at the right price.
And then, Jeff, let's round it out talking a little bit about the opportunities at CAS and with CAS. If people are seeing the news that you guys are growing, putting out these products, and want to kind of join the team or learn a little bit more about you guys, where should they go?
Yeah, absolutely. You can go to our website at casinfo.com. There we've got a lot of the different job postings and different things we've got going on here too. We're excited because we intend to continue to enhance our solution, provide additional products and services. Really, we're looking to provide value to our shippers and carriers, whether it's a working capital solution or claims or just more efficient analytics and everything here too. So very exciting times right now at CAS.
All right, Jeff, thank you so much for your time this morning. We'll be seeing more of you very shortly.